If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why, like you, he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. Bella, did you do this for my horoscope? You put this together?
Yeah, I did.
All right. This is my today's horoscope.
It's a good one.
For Libra, right? How'd you know it was a Libra? Did you ask Bellio?
Yeah, I looked it up.
All right. All right, here's December 6th. Horoscope for Libras. If you're a Libra, listen. If you're not, grab a cigarette. Take a break. There's some likelihood you'll become irritated with someone close to you today. Well, that's every day. For Libras. Just who do they think they are anyway, Bellio? How insulting to put on such an act. Especially considering how long you've known each other, Bellio. Whatever the fight is about, at the heart of it, it is your frustration and concern that your friendship may end. Oh, no.
That is so true.
No. Try not to overreact. Express yourself mildly. And don't listen to people who get involved, who do traffic for a living.
Oh,
God, is that specific? Oh, my God. Man, this really is specific.
We have Joel on the line.
Oh, we do? Joel Grover.
Yes.
Let's put him on. Joel Grover, how you, bub?
Oh, my gosh. My old friend.
I
miss you.
Okay, well, you're on the air, buddy. Let's not do that on the air. But
I got to give you a warning. I was up extremely late last night with my NBC colleagues celebrating. I'm so tired I'm delirious. If it weren't you, I would be napping right now.
Okay, all right. Buddy, I can't believe you're retired. What happened over there? Why did you retire? I wanted you to be around forever. There's nobody keeping an eye on people anymore. Well,
let me say this, and thank you very much for the kind words. First of all, I am not retiring for life.
Good.
I had made a very loving, amicable, mutual decision with my bosses at NBC that it was time for me to take a break, and I really mean it. I've been there 22 years. I was at KCBS before that. I've been on TV for 42 years. I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Okay.
And I really felt like I needed a break, and we had some good discussions. And so I'm taking a break, and I'm truly not retiring, but I'm going to tell you, I have options of other things to do.
Good.
And I'm going to take really at least 6 months off.
Okay.
I need to.
Joel, wherever you land, we will do the publicity for you, because you were so kind when we had a nothing show with no ratings. You would come on with us every single week back at KLSX, and you would come in and you do a half hour with us, and that was a big deal for us.
Well, it was a pleasure, and you know what? I'm being serious. Can I kiss your ass for 1 second?
Yeah.
Your show, to me, always had the perfect balance of humor and intelligence and inquisitiveness And it was always a pleasure to be on, and I really mean it. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to end up. Just a hint, does the phrase Conway and Grover?
Okay, all right.
Does that work for you?
Look, I think you should get David Goldstein, the G&G team, Goldstein and Grover together, and really take this city apart.
But I thought you always told me privately you thought I was so much better than Goldstein.
I think you are. But when I text him, I say he's much better than you. Hey, so let me ask you something. We used to have Kim Baldonado would come on with us, and I think Colleen came on with us. Fred used to come on with us, and Fritz Coleman. And then all of a sudden, like 2 years ago, people from NBC stopped coming on our show. Why do you think that happened?
I know and I don't really know. I just know that because I used to love being on your show.
Yes, it was
great.
great.
I was on a couple other shows, and I think they just decided they wanted, the voices of NBC to just be on NBC. I didn't, that was their decision. So okay. They write the check, right? So,
we got in trouble too because you had sent a reporter, NBC had sent a reporter over to the Olympics to cover the Olympics, right? And we had her on for the first segment, but then we lost her cell phone connection for the second segment. And then we just had Bellio, go in the other room and just pretend she was her. And I guess NBC got pissed off about that.
Well, they don't like that when you do that. Don't you dare ever impersonate me.
But Joel, I also heard that you have a family now. Do you have kids?
They're 17 and a half.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have twins?
I do, and they're going to be off to college, next fall.
Oh, buddy!
So this was a doubly good time for me.
Good for you.
To take a break, and literally the day I made the decision, which was early October, I think, that I was going to leave NBC and take a hiatus. I loved my job, and I really had 22 mostly great years at NBC, but it's a lot of pressure.
Sure.
It's a lot of time. I literally came home that day and I was calmer and gentler.
Good for you.
And my kids were like, we think we like this version of you.
Buddy, you know what? You're like me. You're going to be a mess as an empty nester. You're going to, you love the kids. You love having them around. Do you have a boy and a girl, or two boys, two girls?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. And they're twins?
They're twins. And I've always said they take turns since they were born torturing us.
Okay, are they?
They're really amazing kids. But as babies, when one of them would cry all night, the other would sleep all night. And they flipped. Now, even as teenagers, when one of them gives us attitude, the other's sweet as can be, and then the next week it changes. But no, they're really. We are blessed with two amazing kids.
Bellio gave me a note here. Are they identical twins, Bellio? I don't think they are.
Let me explain something.
One's a girl, I think.
Physiologically, when one's a boy and one's a girl, they cannot be identical. Okay,
Bellio, nice move. Yeah. Nice move, Bellio. So, Joel, look, I've been, you know me, I'm a big, huge fan of local news, 2, 4, 5, 7, 11, 9. I cover everybody. I love everybody in the news. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the national news, but I love local news. And I think it's what brings this city together. When we go through a disaster, whether it's an earthquake, flood, snow up in the mountains, drought, heat, whatever, we all go through it together, and the news brings us the information so we can all share in that tragedy or in that triumph together. And I don't think anybody does it better than TV news. And I'm sad to see that the cuts that they're making in TV news when it comes to people like you, where you go out and really make a difference. Look, there is nobody in Los Angeles news over the last 100 years who's made a bigger difference than you on a daily basis for people who live in the city of Los Angeles. And I challenge anyone to disagree with that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I have to say something. I have said for decades to my friends, my family, my colleagues, I have the best job in TV news as what we call a long-form investigative reporter.
Right.
So it was such a great gift and such a privilege from bosses to have the time and the resources to really investigate, dig deep. As you pointed out, though, the media business is changing. Certainly the company you work for is changing. Things are shrinking. People have more options of getting, their information. I don't like it, by the way.
Sure.
My kids, they'll tell me something they heard in the news today. I go, where'd you hear that? On TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, what's your source? I don't know, on TikTok. Well, you need to know what the source is. And I'm proud that there have been credible sources of news like NBC. I think it's credible. Some major newspapers, we don't always get it right, but it makes me a little sad to see the credible sources of information for the world shrinking. And I don't know where the information business is going. And it concerns me.
Right.
It really does.
Joel, can you please, once you rest up and you know what you're going to do, can you please to stay in touch with us and tell us what you're going to do? Because again, you're one of the important guys one of the important reporters in LA, and your voice again has made a huge difference, and it should continue as well.
I will. Of course, you are on the top of my list.
Thank
and it's
you.
Really interesting that your producer reached out to me today, because I was thinking about you recently. I've been very reflective about my career recently, and
Okay.
I think of the people that have helped me, like you, and supported me, and I will always be there with you.
Okay, let's not fall apart, Joel. Please.
I know. Well, I am. Deal with that.
Joel, please come in when next week. We're going to take a couple of a week off or so. But after the new year, we'd love to have you on on a regular basis. Just either phone in or come in. We really enjoy your work, and it's important work.
You know what, Tim? I will take you up on that.
Oh, good.
Because I got to tell you, I've had a platform to dig into certain issues,
Good.
like homelessness in LA, and I want to keep talking about them.
All right, hold on one second. All right, Joel, hold on one second. I got more to say to this guy. This guy is the best. He's one of my favorite guys of all time. I can't just, because we have to take a break here, I can't just let him go. I got a million things to say to this guy.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
AM 640.
Joel Grover has left NBC. We heard this last night for the first time on NBC with Colleen Williams.
After 22 years at NBC4 and hundreds of investigations, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about this. Tonight, we say goodbye to our investigative reporter, Joel Grover.
So Joel is with us. Joel, how are you? Welcome back. I at the end of that, Colleen Williams got very emotional.
She did. I love Colleen, truthfully, so much. She's not only been a colleague who I've looked up to for decades, but we've become good friends, confidants. So there was a few extra layers of emotion saying goodbye to her and her saying goodbye to me. I have to tell you, even though, working in newsroom can be tough at times and competitive, I've worked at, I think, 7 TV stations in my 42-year career.
Oh, wow.
And NBC4 has truly been the most friendly, collegial, loving place of, I've worked in some Shark Tanks before.
Sure.
But it's really been a great place, not without its problems, but the people there are by and large so nice. And it hit me hard this week saying goodbye to people like Colleen. A few years ago, I said goodbye to Chuck Henry and Fritz Coleman. They left. But, there's a lot of great people there. So,
Joel, a couple of things. I know that, the restaurant thing is a big deal, but I think even bigger than the restaurant thing, you took on the homeless problem when that pissed off a lot of politicians that you guys do business with and you talk to on a daily basis, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that you took on the homeless, problem, but you took it on for the viewers. You didn't give a rat's ass about what management said or what about the politicians said. You took it on for us, and I can't tell you how much we respect that.
I appreciate that. I will say this. I think it was 7 years ago. I went to my management with my producer at the time, Amy Corral, and we said, there's no bigger issue facing the LA area than homelessness. And they agreed. And they said, we want to cut you guys loose to really focus on that. So they gave us the mandate and they gave us the resources. And, I will say this. I used to interview Mayor Garcetti. I'm going to say something I was probably not allowed to say before. I felt like he always dodged the hard questions about solving homelessness.
Right.
He talked around them. Mayor Bass, and he avoided me a lot. Mayor Bass, to her credit, has not avoided me, and I have a lot of hard questions for her about all the money she's spending on homelessness, and are we really seeing the results? But I will say she at least doesn't hide from me and dodge me. But it's just, this is, I actually said to Mayor Bass the last 2 times I interviewed her, I don't envy you. You have the hardest job in politics, solving homelessness in Southern California.
Right.
I don't know.
But Joel,
another thing for another show.
I was watching, I'm not going to say what news station it was because I like a lot of people over there, but I was watching a news station. It was not NBC. And they did a puff piece on Mayor Bass. It's her 2nd year anniversary. And I couldn't tell whether that was written by the news department or the PR department at City Hall. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I've seen that. By the way, I've seen that in a number of newspapers. I've seen that in a number of TV stations. And you know what? Again, I'm proud. My bosses gave me the backing to ask Mayor Bass and other politicians like Councilwoman Nithya Raman and Councilman Hugo Soto Martinez, who covers part of Hollywood. And, it's hard to see if homelessness is getting any better in their districts. But they've given me the backing to ask those hard questions. And I would never do one of those puff pieces. You know that.
I know you wouldn't. I mean, that's why people watched you.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. And I want to tell you this. If you want to continue to have me on your show,
we'd love to.
I continue all my sources covering homelessness have said to me, you can't leave NBC. You can't, we need you, to speak out. We need your voice. We need to talk to you.
Right.
So I will still be there.
Good.
And I'm happy from time to time to be on your show to talk without a filter, honestly.
That's great.
About what I see. Because, again, there's investigative reporting is in my DNA. It has been since my whole life. And I'm going to continue to talk to people and have my sources and speak out about it. When people like you want to hear what I have to say.
Joel, after the new year, please come in. We're going to dedicate December 5th as Joel Grover Day here at KFI. It'll always be Joel Grover Day, the day that you left NBC. And I'm excited for you because you no longer have to worry about what management has to say to you about the stories that you cover. I think you're going to even be better now than you were before.
I think you are right.
Yes.
I really do.
Anyway, enjoy the holidays with the kids. And congratulations on not only an unbelievable career, but being a great dad, and having a great relationship with those kids. It really is important. I'm glad you're going to spend the last 6 months while they're in high school, being there for them in the morning, noon, at night. And we'd love to have you on anytime. I can't tell you, you first came on with us 27 years ago, and you always said yes. And again, I can't tell you, for when I just started off here and nobody said yes to coming on the show on a regular basis, you were the first guy, the only guy, and I'll never forget that, buddy.
Thank you, and I'll never forget all you've done for me.
You're the best.
And we are friends for life, and you're not going to get rid of me.
I am not. I'm going to be very involved in your life to the point where you're going to be ashamed by how close we are. All right, buddy. Have a great holiday, and we'll speak to you in the new year.
I look forward to it.
All right,
Take
thank
care,
you.
Tim.
Joel Grover,
Bye-bye.
NBC News, a major loss for Los Angeles. That guy is the absolute best. He has the biggest balls when it comes to trying to clean up homelessness, the restaurants, trying to make LA a better place to live. We need more of guys like that, not less, more, many more. So if you're young and you go look at Joel Grover's work, try to be like Joel and try to make a difference like Joel did. And we'll have you on the show anytime you want.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Nice to have Joel Grover on. He was the investigative reporter for NBC, and he has left NBC, spending more time with his kids. He's got 2 kids in high school, and he's going to come on with us because he is really done some great work. Great work here in Los Angeles. All right, the Mega Millions, we talked about this earlier. It's still unclaimed. Somebody has until Sunday to cash in a ticket purchased in Encino at a Chevron station for $197 million. It was purchased last year on December 7th or 8th. I think it was December 8th in 2023. And now it expires the day after tomorrow.
To think that somewhere out there, someone could be a mega millionaire. Take a look. $197,500,000. That is what that one ticket bought 1 year ago on December the 8th, 2023, right here in Encino. And it still has not been claimed. And this gas station, it's a Chevron gas station. It actually made lotto history in the state of California because for the first time ever, they sold 2 winning tickets on the same day for the jackpot. Now, the
suspicious. I don't know on what level, but odd, really odd that 2 tickets were bought at the same gas station for the same lottery, and both worth $197 million.
Now, the first person who won the other ticket, who has a ticket, that man claimed it back in June, but this guy or this lady still hasn't come forward, and that money is still out there.
Ticket is still out there. Let's go through our pants, go through our drawers, find that ticket. If you live in Encino.
66 and your final white ball number is 26. Now for the mega ball number, that is 13. Again, tonight's winning number is 21. Everybody loves the lottery. 26 and the gold mega ball is 13.
Oh, did you hear that? He said ding dong at the end.
66, 26, gold mega ball is 13.
And those are the lucky winning numbers in December of last year. That ticket, those 2 tickets sold here at the Chevron gas station on Ventura Boulevard on the corner of Lindley on December.
Okay, it was Lindley. We suspected last night it was the Lindley gas station, Lindley and Ventura, just on the border of Tarzana and Encino. About another half block west of there is Tarzana. Just in Encino, Lindley and Ventura, where the old Moscatels used to be, the Surprise store used to be there as well. Now I think it's all just, office buildings or Starbucks. But somebody has a ticket worth $197 million, and you have about 48 hours to claim.
Corner of Lindley on December the 8th. Again, one of those tickets was claimed back in June. That person took home their $197,500,000, but the other ticket has not claimed.
Now, what happens to the money that we're all asking? What happens to that money if it's not claimed?
It has been claimed and time is running out. You have until tomorrow, Saturday at 11:59 p.m. to submit your winning ticket and your claim. If you don't claim it, the ticket is worthless and all of that money will go to the California school system because the lotto, of course, benefits schools in California. So that's a win-win for the school system, but it's a lose-lose for the person who bought the ticket and maybe didn't check their numbers or lost it, doesn't know where it is anymore. So if you were at the Encino gas station here, the Chevron on Ventura and Lindley in December of last year, and you still have some tickets laying around, please check them. You have until tomorrow.
Oh, my God. The clock is ticking. Please check those tickets. Go through old boxes, old pants. Maybe it's in a pair of pants you have in the closet somewhere, an old jacket. But if I haven't been to that gas station. I used to live fairly close to that gas station. And if I still lived over there, it would drive me crazy because I've been to that Chevron. This is where I used to buy my gas. I used to literally live on Enfield near Ventura, which is 2 blocks east of where that gas station is. And I used to go to that gas station all the time. And now that ticket is going to be worth nothing come Sunday. Nothing. So if you have a grandmother or grandfather who live in that area, maybe they buy tickets, they forgot about it, go to their home, bust into their home, or use a key, whatever, and get into their home and look through all of their crap, all of their stuff. It could be $197.5 million. So get on it. Tonight. Don't wait. Tonight, tomorrow, before Sunday.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Sheriff's Department.
That's latest here from News Chopper 4. I'm Eliana Moreno. Let's get back down to you in the studio.
Okay. In Southgate. Wait, let's keep it up. Maybe they're going to talk to her.
This direction, what should they do as far as an alternate route?
Excellent question, Annabelle, because you're going to be stuck here for quite some time if you take this westbound 105. So your best alternates are going to be Imperial Highway to the north or Rosecrans to the south.
All right, Eliana, thank you very much for that.
All right, L.A. Sheriff's Department motorcycle deputy crash. Angel, what's going on with the 105? Where is this? Are you on top of it? I know it's breaking news. It just happened moments ago.
Yeah, I believe. You know what? I'm going to double check on something before I say anything.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. But it literally just happened. Channel 4 is on top of it. LA Sheriff's Department motorcycle officer down on the 105 freeway. And we're going to get you all the details immediately. So if you're stuck in that traffic, we're going to have a lot of information for you momentarily. A big shout out to Warren Floyd Bowder, Bauder. And he was born December 5th, 1921. 1921. Out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He died at age 102 on October 19th of this year. He was 102 years old. He was in the U.S. Air Force. He was a second lieutenant, and he was with the 8th Air Force 44th Bomb Group in the 506th Squadron, and I believe this in World War II. Yes, World War II. He was shot down on May 11th, 1944. The fate of the crew: 4 captured immediately, 2 of them hospitalized, 3 evaded capture, and 3 evaders were then eventually captured, and one of those was sent to Buchenwald. I don't know where that is. But this is an unbelievable man. He was captured on July 4th, 1944, taken to Paris, where he was held and then eventually released. Even has what boxcar transport he was in. So there's a lot of information on this hero. This is an unbelievable story. And he recently passed 103 years old. So to all the family members of veteran Warren Bowder, what a life. What a life. Again, born on back in 2021. I'm sorry, 1921. 1921. December 5th, same birthday as my brother. December 5th, 1921, and passed away on October 19th of this year. So what a hell of a life this man lived. And got to see it all. Was shot down in World War II, fought for the United States and the freedom of the world. That's a great guy. That's a great guy. And so his family wanted us to give a quick shout out, and we would more than happy to do that. What a tremendous life this man had. So please remember him, veteran Warren F. Bowder. All right, Angel Martinez, do you have more information on this crash?
I absolutely do. So, and Eliana Moreno, I think she's in News Bravo 4,
Bravo with NBC. Yes, I believe so.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, she was telling me that the eastbound sides of the 105 at Downey Avenue or Downey Road are open, but everybody's slowing down to take a look at the crash. Now, the crash is on the westbound side just before Downey Avenue. And that is off limits currently and jammed up from the 605. So it's just a huge mess there. An alternate for westbound travel: bail off the freeway before you can. A lot of people are hitting the 105 westbound from that South 605. And Imperial Highway right now is an excellent option for you. That's just to the north of the 105. And to the south of the 105 from Woodruff, you can take Foster Road instead. But huge delays, especially on that westbound side is just stopping up from the 605 currently. And if you are heading south 605 to the west 105, there's an off-ramp to exit at Imperial Highway, and that's going to save you a boatload of time.
Okay. And is this between the 605 and the 710? Is that where that accident is?
Yes, it's between the 605 and the 710, right exactly there.
Okay.
So, right in that area. Downey, Hollydale, what else is in that stretch? Paramount.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's just,
Excellent. Yeah, there's a big Kaiser Permanente out there, too. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Angel Martinez, the 105 a mess with this officer down from the L.A. Sheriff's Department. So when more news comes in on that, we will have that for you. All right, let's talk a little bit, something a little easier here. I know Sharon Bellio is a major Taylor Swift fan. I don't know if she considers herself a Swiftie or not.
I am.
You are? Okay.
I'd go there.
All right, so this is an end of an era tour.
Bella is also end of the Eras tour. Yes.
Yeah. Bella, you're a big fan? You're a big Taylor Swift fan?
I appreciate her music. It's very nostalgic for me.
Okay. All right. Maybe you went through some problems and she sort of sang about your problems?
Something like that. Maybe when I was like 10 years old and I was super into her.
Did you ever see her in concert?
No, never. I'm not a true Swiftie. I can't give myself that title.
Okay. All right. Well, let's find a little more information here. This is the end of the big tour for Taylor Swift.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
This morning, it's the end of an era. Music superstar Taylor Swift's wildly successful Eras World Tour officially coming to a close this weekend with 3 stops in Vancouver, Canada.
Wow. You're making me feel excellent right now.
The 14-time Grammy winner performing 152 shows in 54 cities across 5 continents to 6 million people who bought tickets for the tour, making it the highest grossing tour in history with an expected $2 billion in sales during its 2-year run.
What?
$2 billion in sales during its 2-year run.
Holy smokes!
But this tour has been extraordinary for another reason. It was a rebirth of sorts coming out of a pandemic, ushering in a new kind of concert, an all-family affair, putting kindness and inclusivity first.
This was such a big tour that it had a positive effect on the economy with every city that it stopped in. Every city saw a boom in hotels and restaurants, rent-a-cars, flights, tickets, all that stuff.
Yeah, they estimated $7 billion worth.
Wow.
The Eras Tour really fostered this sense of community in a lot of ways, and it really brought all different types of people together in celebration of their favorite pop star.
Fans connecting through friendship bracelets inspired by this lyric.
Make the friendship bracelets, take the moment and taste it.
Trend taking on a life of its own.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing!
It's karma at its best. 12-year-old Ellie has collected 1,500 bracelets from Swifties all over the world.
Seems like a lot. Does seem like a lot.
12-year-old Ellie has collected 1,500 bracelets from Swifties all over the world.
Bella, do you have any friendship bracelets? Are you there?
I have a few that one of our listeners made.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
And she says Swift's push of inclusivity changed her life.
I haven't really felt like I fit in. And Taylor's really helped me push through all of that.
She didn't really have a lot of friends when she started this journey. And it just was so beautiful for other people to see like her in the way we saw her.
After the Vienna concerts were canceled due to a thwarted terrorist plot, undeterred fans took to the streets of the city, holding their own mini concerts. This little girl, who had tickets for one of those shows, later surprised with new tickets from her grandfather.
All right, I got 2 tickets for Friday night, and I'll write your name.
We appreciated that Taylor kept us all safe, but it was kind of heartbreaking too. But, what did you do?
I pushed through and I shake it off like Taylor Swift would.
And while the tour may be coming to an end, it could signal the beginning of a new kind of concert experience everywhere.
She really has presented and almost required in some ways this kindness of her fans. And
yeah, that was an unbelievable tour. I mean, everybody talked about that for the last 2 years. Everywhere she went, that was the big story. So it's coming to an end. She'll probably take a year off or so, 2 years off, and then crank it up again. All right. Bellio, major fan. Bella as well. Bella and Bellio, Swifties. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.